When we tackle obstacles, we find hidden reserves of courage and resilience we did not know we had. And it is only when we are faced with failure do we realize that these resources were always there within us. We only need to find them and move on with our lives. With regeneration in our hearts and resilience in our will, your Bengal Chamber of Commerce and Industry embarked on its 188th year of operations in the midst of a pandemic which was apparently receding. Little did we know then, in November 2020, that within 6 months we would all be literally fighting for our lives.
With every subsequent unlock, we could get to see better economic activity. When it comes to essential services, there was hardly any disruption.
Nothing stopped though. We adapted adequately to the new demands of the business and economic ecosystem, in which, possibly for the first time ever, the focus was on factory and agricultural production geared towards immediate needs of life and livelihoods. All economic activities were focused on one objective only, that of saving lives. We stood steadfastly with our members, stakeholders, fellow citizens, and families. With unflinching support from our healthcare partners, the government, law enforcement, and all civic workers, your chamber deep dived into directly facilitating vaccination for several thousands at least. Apart from helping our members continue their factory production while maintaining COVID protocols, liaising with the government, we also facilitated sanitization drives for several large municipal markets in Kolkata. In the course, the Bengal Chamber organized programs and activities while our research division worked hand in hand with governments and multilateral aid agencies in holistically addressing the cause of expanding trade, economic prosperity, and ease of doing business in the region. While we provide a snapshot of what we achieved during the year, may we also remind ourselves that life and work, as we know, have changed irreversibly. It is not a question of the new or the next normal, rather, it being an ecosystem of cooperation and learning from one another, thereby catalyzing a way of life that is sustainable and good for all.
I think by far the way I have seen, at least prepare, this should be the best prepared contingent going to Tokyo, by far.
We shall pause and take you through a panorama of the year that has been.
There's a tremendous potential for value addition, for market access. The connecting dot means that how to connect these small piece of land to the value chain, to the export market, to the domestic market.
You'll be happy to know that the income of the farmers in our state has gone 3 times high during the last 10 years.
And nobody can accuse Maruti of profiteering. Our prices of cars have been probably the lowest of all other car manufacturers. It has been a competitive market. But despite keeping the lower prices, we have grown from the initial 100,000 car project which the government sanctioned and gave money to a capacity of 1.5 million cars today with only internal resources.
With the Bangalore's, Hyderabad's, and maybe the Gurgaons and the Punes are maxed out. I mean, in terms of the labor, the cost of wages, as well as access to people. Calcutta and I think regions around them are places which can attract. And the key would be to build an ecosystem of companies. For that, the state will have to come in.
First of all, my first objective is to bring back talents from outside who have left, who have gone to other states, including outside India, to bring back their talents and assure them that the kind of facilities, the kind of infrastructure, the kind of work environment, they'll all get.
India needs to up its R&D expense to be able to move the needle on the technology front. And this is extremely important from a manufacturing competitiveness point of view, especially if we want to graduate to high-tech sectors.
What the One Sun, One World, One Grid does is it joins these regional grids. And in doing so, provides us with an opportunity to share not only solar, but also other green forms of energy, all of which ultimately derive from solar, with each other.
It is also very clear that COVID is so much a result of our dystopian relationship with nature. And so it tells us of the need for making a change in the way we work with nature, we live with nature.
Now we are in a much better shape. So now today, when the projects are being approved, I don't think there is no lack of financial tie-up today. They are getting the financial tie-up. That itself proves that the banks are not risk-averse. NPAs are bound to happen. We have already given our guidance, what will be the NPA level, what will be the restructuring book. It is not a zero kind of situation. There will be there. But then it is much better than what we thought it will be.
It's not that easy to become one. I mean, you need a certain kind of a DNA, you need a certain kind of a mentality. It's not just so simple for young people to gravitate to that. So while we can all provide the ecosystem, at the end of the day, there's something that must happen, as they say, kuch hona padega. And that has to happen inside you. So we can provide the outside enabling structure, but that kuch jo hona padega, that has to happen inside the entrepreneur.
IWTT के अंतर्गत भारत बांग्लादेश के बीच प्रोटोकॉल रूप ऑपरेशनल हो रहा है और मुझे ये बताते हुए खुशी हो रही है कि हमने भारत के नॉर्थ ईस्ट रीजन का कार्गो बांग्लादेश के चट्टग्राम पोर्ट, जो कि पोर्ट ऑफ कॉल है, के माध्यम से हैंडल कर लिया है.
One of the important thing which is very essential for our country, if we need to develop our business, export business, we need to reduce logistic cost. And that is exactly the most important thing for the country.
Value for many and value for money. These are the business goals, which is nothing but like say, give more to unmove, give more to the producer, give more to the consumer. Once they are satisfied, your business will grow.
I think it's a great platform for both the countries to share bilateral ideas, to expand our business, to connect, communicate amongst our people, and of course to grow together in a more sustainable, skillful and a stronger way.
मुझे खुशी है कि इस साल इस डिफिकल्ट पीरियड होने के बावजूद भी हमने वो जो नंबर लास्ट ईयर जो हमने 150 स्ट्रीट वेंडर्स का किया था, सो वी हैव इंक्रीज टू 250 दिस ईयर।
तो ये चेंबर की तरफ से ये 2 कमिटी जो है ये आगे आए हुए हैं, फिल्म म्यूजिक मीडिया कमिटी और CSR कमिटी। खूबिया ये है कि इसको हम आगे लेकर जा रहे हैं और आप लोगों के लिए हम कुछ कर पा रहे हैं।